promises to be exciting. It is a full house. Yes, we've got our usual analyst, or should I say guest, right here on the show, Mr. J. Always a pleasure.
Thank you very much, Uncle Five Sports Bishop. I think it's a full house, ready to talk sports, which is very ready to talk sports, and wherever you are, you just get ready to come along with us.
Okay, and of course, Mr. One Man makes a return after a very long time. I'll let him do the honors. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Good evening, sport fans. Welcome back. No, I have to say welcome back for myself. It's been a long one. I went on a sabbatical and I'm back, so it's nice to talk sport again. The name is Paul Igwewaya Ele. Nice to be with the team again.
Okay, guys, like he did say, it's nice to be with the team again. Without wasting much time, you know how we do. We go straight up, hit the show proper. Don't forget, we are live on YouTube. It's Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. You can watch us live and see how we look here in the studio. Also, you can listen to us anywhere in the world. Yes, get your Radio Garden app from the Apple iOS store, and voila, will be in your speakers. It's Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. Be free to interrupt the show with your calls. It's simple on WhatsApp, on normal call, SMS, WhatsApp voice note, WhatsApp message, simple 0808 312 8618, 0808 312 8618, and you'll be part of the show. Okay, guys, can we rumble?
Of course, we can.
Let's rumble. Let's begin the show as we hit the local scene. Okay, guys, let's begin from the local scene. Where else? Let's start off from the NOC, where we hear that the Nigerian Olympic Committee has highlighted its target at the upcoming Olympic in Paris, France. NOC, through its Secretary General Tunde Popola, was speaking to newsmen, said that they are targeting at least 12 medals in Brazil. Yes, 12 medals is what he said. It probably, according to him, he said, I think whatever color of medals we are going to get shouldn't be less than 12. That's what he said. Fine, boy. The man is talking tough ahead of the Olympics.
I love it when we dream big. Yes, I love it when we set targets and we have the tenacity to go all out. But 12 medals, it is achievable, but he didn't tell us the kind of medal. Maybe 10 gold, 1 silver, 1 bronze, or maybe 12 golds, and no silver, no bronze.
He said, no, we don't care about the color, but at least 12 medals.
12 medals.
A medal is a medal.
Yeah.
But looking at how these athletes are prepared, they have given them enough money. We hear that.
Is it money that is doing the business?
Mr. J, just a moment. Quality-friendly games, from the basketball to the football, as well as other sports, they are getting quality opponents to at least put them in that Olympic mood. So for him to dream and say 12 medals, for me, it is achievable. And that should be the spirit of every. If the North of 96 Atlanta did achieve, it is our wish to surpass it. I stand with him 1000%, because he has done all that is needed to do in order for the athlete to do well.
Okay, guys, I will see how things pan out with the Olympics we hear. And let's quickly go straight, of course, to the NFF. A new initiative has been created by the Nigerian Football Federation. We hear the Medium Run Federation Foundation, I beg your pardon, has successfully launched the inaugural Girl Play Sport Women Football Tournament, a groundbreaking initiative aimed at discovering, promoting sport development among youth girls in Nigeria. We hear, of course, that Honorable Ayo Amiduro, the CEO of Ayo Amiduro Foundation and chairman of the organizing committee, expressed a delight at the launch of the Girls Play Sport program during a press conference held at the NFF Technical Center in Abuja on Tuesday. This is what she had to say about that initiative. Talking about the lady, the CEO herself, Ayo Omidiro.
This initiative, our deep commitment to promoting and empowering young girls through sports, particularly football. The Girls Play Sports Football Tournament is more than just a tournament. It is a movement aimed at giving young girls with potential the opportunity to elevate their game to a higher level through the exposure and experiences these tournaments will provide. Our goal is to foster equality, build confidence, and encourage a healthy lifestyle among our young girls. This tournament serves as a platform for them to showcase their talents, develop their skills, and pursue their dreams in sports.
Also, we hear Dr. Mohammed Sanusi, General Secretary of the Nigerian Football Federation, who also represents the NFF President, hailed the initiative and it aligned with the administration agenda for women's football development, while lauding Honorable Midron for her pivotal role and remarkable contribution in supporting the women's game.
Football Federation, this is a welcome idea. The board of the Nigeria Football Federation, keen into the FIFA's vision of football development, came up with a lot of youth program focusing more on catch them young, and this is a right step on the right direction. Just this week we concluded the CAF C license for women, which is aimed at training women to be able to discover young talents that will be used for national and international consumption. The board of
That, of course, is the Dr. Sanusi Mohammed, the Secretary General of the NFL. The inaugural championship will run from August 30th to September 30, 2024, with 8 teams making it to the northern and southern playoff finals from the preliminary rounds in the country's 6th geopolitical zone. Registration is free and only open to non-league clubs via the Ayomidron Foundation website from July the 24th and will close on August the 23rd. Teams will have 1 month to train and prepare with a maximum of 30 players per team. The draws and the fixtures will be determined after the registration period ends. And of course, we did talk about something yesterday. Talking about, of course, the 1996 Olympic medal feat that took place at the media center of the come on, the Moshood Abiola Stadium in Abuja.
Media Center, yes.
Exactly. And of course, we have the privilege to speak with the president of the Homeland Films, the guys who will be in charge of the audio and documentation of that feat. And she's with us here via phone, talking about no other than, of course, Mary Ephraim Epas, the president of Homeland Films. And let us hear from her, like they say, from the horse's mouth, why the initiative and what it would bring for Nigeria. But before them, let's come with you, fine boy. We talked about it a bit yesterday.
Absolutely.
About how important it is for Nigeria to begin to document their successes. What do you think? What's your 2 cents on all this?
Absolutely. Yesterday we did also had a tete-a-tete with Celestine Babayaro, not forgetting the Minister of Sport speaking concerning that feat. It is good for us to go back in time, that is talking about history. No one can tell us about ourselves other than we, the owner of the history. And for such a feat to be documented for the first time in history, I can tell you, Mr. J, I can tell you, Paul, I can tell you, Sport Bishop, that this is a laudable achievement. You might question that why now? We have lots of things to do, like administration, like making sure that even the past athletes that brought glory are well taken care of. But come on, it is one step at a time. The likes of Blessing Okambari is still there, though serving a ban. These are people we should be looking on how to get them out of the dungeon, career dungeon, permit me to use that word, to which they are. But it's only a matter of time. If documenting our feat to which we shock the world in football, where we have the likes of Kanu Wankwa giving us that papilo dance, not forgetting Celestine Babayaro, and of course Mutu Adekboju, and not forgetting JJ Okocha, Sunday Olise. They are all there. It is something that even the younger lads, looking at the achievement of our legend, it will help our future Osime from not disrespecting our legend.
Okay, we've got to with us the president of Homeland Films, Mary Ephraim Egbas, on the line. Madam, first of all, good evening and welcome to Sport Lounge.
Good evening, Doncho. How are you?
I'm fine. We've got Franklin, the Monarch Finance Boy Talking Sports, Mr. Paul and Mr. J in the studio as well with me. First of all, because of time, let's quickly begin. What is the brainchild behind this initiative, and why must this documentation be done?
Well, first of all, let's be clear what the documentation is so that people are very aware.
Okay.
We are in a documentary style, but turning it into a feature film.
Okay.
Which means it's like a film you can go and sit down in a cinema and get to enjoy, but it's based on true story. It's based on true incidences that we all know about, which is the 1996 Olympics game where Nigeria took gold. Now, the initiative is notable because, number one, as we all know, 1996 became a benchmark for African sports, being that it was in the 96th year of the Olympics that an African nation first took the gold in the football category of the Olympics. So it was a milestone. It is a milestone.
Mary Onyali, of course, and other athletes that did well. Why only football? Why not athletes and other sports?
Absolutely, we would do all. It's beautiful that you've said that. It just tells you that in this basket there's a whole lot of stories, triumphs around the world, and I think that it's very important that we do so.
Now give us a scope of who and who will be part of this documentary. That team was a very large squad. We talked about the squad yesterday. There's a certain Bromfred Joe in the mix, a certain Westerhoff in the mix. So who and who, what's the scope of the documentary like?
Well, it's not a documentary again. It's a feature film.
Absolutely.
There's a wide difference.
Okay.
Yes, there's a wide difference. Well, all I can tell you right now is that first, it will be a worldwide release. We're looking for an international standard feature film that can be watched anywhere and everywhere in the world. Because number one, even the stars, the dream team themselves are.
Because Mary. And yesterday we did promise you of one certain story that is happening in Nasarawa State, guys. We did tell you that, of course, that the national state government, talking about engineer Abdullahi Sule on Tuesday, dissolved the Otman Ahmed Ibrahim-led management of the state-owned men's football club, Nasarawa United. We hear that Deputy Governor Dr. Emmanuel Agbadu Akabe, on behalf of his principal, made the pronouncement after meeting with the Commissioner of Youth and Sport Development, Honorable Jafaru Ango, Permanent Secretary Isa Danladi, and SSA to the Governor Abdullahi Sule on Sport Affairs, Comrade Hamza Ibrahim Moyi. Alongside management members of the club at its temporary office in Lafayette, the state capital, the new board will be announced before the commencement of the new season in August. That's why United, remember, they picked a ticket for the Nigerian National League and will be among the 20 teams that will participate in the 2024 NPFL season. Okay, we're trying to get in contact with no other than, of course, the media officer of the Nasarawa United, talking about Eche Amos, to give us an in-swinger of exactly what happened in that one. But before we go, we try to reach out to him. In the morning, there's a board. In the evening, the board is dissolved.
I think it's quite interesting, but I sincerely hope that all the regime will lead to a very productive league season ahead of us. They've been there, and I wouldn't want to throw a swap or lay blame just yet, because they are not the only one that have started in this direction.
Most publicly, let's say government-owned clubs, seem to tow this direction.
Yeah. That is what they are doing now, and we've been complaining of the way these FAs and all the footballs have been run by government. Maybe they themselves have had all we have been saying, and they want to tow a very perfect path by now, and then maybe that is what is leading to all the sacking and dismantling of FA boards and other boards. You understand? We hope to see an improved league come next season.
Fine boy.
And then we have the likes of Sokoto United also disbanding their team. Talking about the entire management of Sokoto United. That news dropped early hours of this morning, just when we were getting ourselves abreast with that of Nasarawa United, our next door neighbor. And then having news like this towards the end, at the beginning of a new season, just when the season ended about 3 weeks back, it is something that is not nice that we should be telling of our clubs. But unfortunately, this is the kind of news that is actually breaking. Not really nice. We hope we get the media officer of Nasarawa United. We have been trying to establish connection with him to give us first-hand information as to why the Nasarawa State Football Association, through the Nasarawa State government, as at yesterday he was in a closed-door meeting with the deputy governor of Nasarawa State. It lasted for about 2 hours 17 minutes as to the entire process. But unfortunately, it's like he's still caught up with a lot of things. His hands are really tight. But if we do establish connection with him, we will definitely have him on the show.
Okay, let's keep moving on. Head out to, of course, CAF. We hear big news that the Commission of African Football has conducted the draws for the WAFU B, guys. We hear the Women's Champions League qualifier. The Nigerian representative Edo Queens will be in Group B, where they will confront Hasakas Ladies of Ghana, Omnisport Etincelles, and AS Gandhi are the two other teams in the group. While in Group A has 3 teams which consist of Inter of Ivory Coast, and Ninovi, and the AS Koza of in that. But before we get to the women's, let's see whether we can speak to
absolutely
Eche Emmanuel, the media officer of the Nasarawa United. Eche, good evening and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Eche Amos.
Eche
Amos, yeah.
It's been a very busy day for you, both yesterday and today. But voila, we finally have you live on the show. Regarding what happened at Nasarawa United, where we hear that the entire team is disbanded, can you tell us more about that news?
Not the entire team per se, but the management.
The management, of the team, yeah.
Management thing was disbanded yesterday by the executive governor. This is to allow for better hands to come on board to handle the team as we navigate our ways in the NPFL. It's a challenging. I do know that a lot of people were asking why would management that qualified
from the NNL,
from the NNL to the Premier League, promoted us, all of a sudden they are relieved of their appointments. Yes, that is very good, but that's not the situation. So the situation is that there were some internal wranglings on certain issues amongst the management staff that the government felt would affect the progress of the team going forward. So, and the Premier League is not it's not a child's play. It's a place for the elitists. And since it is an elitist league, we cannot. The government felt they cannot take chances by allowing people who would not settle amongst themselves. In the elite league, because at the end of the day it's like going back to the drawing board, which the governor doesn't want.
Soon Nasarawa United will be up for pre-season. Now, without management in place, what will be the way forward for the coaches as well as the players?
The club is a barracks. The barracks is a place where Soldier comes, soldier goes, and the barracks remains the same. So the technical crew is intact, even though there will be some rejigging to take place. So the ministry and the deputy governor's office will be coordinating affairs pending the appointment of a substantive management. But that notwithstanding, it's not affecting our preparations for the new league season. Mandate has been given, some players have been penned down for the new league season. We will commence our pre-season tournament any moment from now. It's not about who begins to buy which player first. The most important thing is about the team that has the chemistry to succeed. So we in Nasarawa United, we are not new to the Premier League. We have been there. We got relegated and the place was not convincing for us. So we decided to come back immediately. So coming back for us to make any mistake to go back again to the NNL, my brother, I think it's not going to be a welcome development. So everybody is already geared towards sustainability in the NPFL and continuation or maybe progression to the continental. Because we have played in the continent twice, in the Cup Champions League, in the Cup Confederations Cup. We've played in the finals of the FA Cup twice in 2016 and 2021. We came closest to winning the league some couple of seasons ago, the last time we were in the league. All of those things put together, the chemistry is there. We are hoping that returning to the league, we're going to be making some positive statements at the end of the day.
And quickly before we let you go, talk to us. What does this leave Nasarawa United based on the transfers of players moving left, right, and center, player registration? Who then handles all these things?
Like I told you, the technical crew is intact. It is their sole responsibility to recruit players, not the management.
Okay.
It is the exclusive reserve of the coach to bring in the kind of players he wants to prosecute the league. I don't know whether in your organization, whether it is the general manager of the organization or the CEO that goes out to scout for news that you people are not presenting today. No, of course. You even have your director there. He doesn't go out to scout for news. His own is to make sure he coordinates activities. So the ministry's, the technical crew responsibility is to ensure that the right players are brought on board and to do what is expected of them. So whenever the team does not produce results, they can be held responsible in this regards.
Okay, thank you very much, H.A. Amos, for your take on all the issues happening in Nasarawa State, especially concerning Nasarawa United.
I truly appreciate. God bless. God bless. I wish you all the best in your program.
Of course, that was H.A. Amos, the media officer of Nasarawa United. Okay, guys, we now handle our group quickly. Let's run because of time, where we're playing the Women's Champions League. Any hope, guys? Are we to be optimistic? Jay, let me start from Mr. Paul. Are we optimistic? Is there a chance that Nigeria can get out of this group?
Ghana Jollof is back.
Again.
I have to be optimistic.
Okay.
Because the Edo Queens, they qualified to represent Nigeria, winning the playoffs in Nigeria. So, like, we can say they are like the best team in Nigeria. So we are looking at them representing Nigeria in that tournament. We are hoping for the best, actually, from them.
Jay? You saw the draws. I was quite, a bit shaky. Omni Sports, AS Grade, and of course, Hasakas of Ladies of Ghana. I think that's the biggest game for me.
They sent me that was very optimistic yesterday, and you condemned me. But from the intro by Uncle Fine Boy, I want to still maintain my stance that yes, it is doable.
I don't think there's any club there that we should be afraid
of. Absolutely.
I don't think so.
But that's what we said the last 2 times, the last 3 times that we did not make it.
We are talking about Edo Queens. We are not talking about Robo Queens. We are talking about Edo Queens. We need to be optimistic, guys, because
I am.
The battle between Nigeria, that we have 4 teams there. The battle between Nigeria and Ghana is always tough, either male or female. Football, basketball, whatever it is. Even when we are dragging relationship, right? It is all very tough. But for me, I see Edo Queens marching on and not just operating from the group alone, but going far in this competition. The government of Edo State is really behind these ladies, and Moses Adiku has finally choose to remain, even when Ogonda decided to
fight for the African you not leave. Where are you going to?
It is more like boosting his CV, and to me, Moses will be a good coach at leading these ladies to victory.
Okay, we'll see how things pan out, guys. And before we go on the break, quickly let's let you know that Nigeria received the confirmation from FIFA for the Super Falcons participation at the Olympic Games. The Cardinal Stadium, the Abadabele Stadium, will be up for will be ready very soon. That's according to the NFF. And of course, the governor, the Sadi Sani Uba of Kaduna State, is a partnership to get that stadium up and running. We did tell you there's a mega deal. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. We hear it's a deal for 3 to 5 years.
It's an option of
expanding, keep increasing it. I think that would be a good one if we can get our league on TV. And of course, there's movement left, right, and center. Ifeanyi Niemena has joined up with Remo Stars. Bashir Umar has signed a 2-year deal with Rangers. Canopilas top scorer, talking about no other than, of course, Mustafa Yuga has joined up with Academy Warriors. Come on, and then Edward Green has become the new assistant coach at Rivers United. But the biggest one for me
Well, as for teams that jump into a new ground, I recall that Lobby Stars actually played their games at their home games at
the Lafayette Township Stadium.
No, the
New Jos Stadium,
Stadium.
yeah.
That is where they actually play their games. And going
they later played in Lafayette.
It was just some sparring game,
exactly,
but officially all their home games was at an Jos. That is exactly what we are.
Stadium.
And I tell you that the Samapiaku Stadium in a Benue State is going to be much more better than Tafawa Balewa Stadium right there in Borno State, because at the Benue FA they are actually doing so much in terms of their stadium refurbishment.
We'll wait and see how things pan out, guys. We'll take a break, guys, a breather. When we come back, we head out to the foreign scene. Don't forget, that's why when we come back, we open up the phone lines to have your sake on all the things happening, including the transfer market. We hear a certain Taril Malasia did not travel by United, though. A player that anything had paid huge money for. We'll talk about that as well. And of course, not forgetting one man, Ederson. One man said he's not sure of his future. The words of Pep Guardiola. All these and more on the show. When we come back, we'll take a breather. Don't go nowhere. Sport Lounge comes back shortly. Okay, guys, and welcome back to Sport Lounge on Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja, and I am your Sport Bishop, your magistrate, your pilot, your prophet, the professor, none so as the chef. Still got the finest boy talking sports, Franklin Imona, Mr. J, and of course no other than Mr. Paul making a return after a long sabbatical from the show. Okay, guys, you can be part of the show. Simple, you can listen to us anywhere in the world from through your Radio Garden app on Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. You can watch us live right now as we speak to you on YouTube on Voice of the People, 96.1 FM Abuja. You can drop your comments as well. We'll read them and give voice to those comments. And you can be part of the show by putting a call through to us on WhatsApp, yes? On normal call, SMS, WhatsApp message, WhatsApp voice note. The numbers are the same. It's simple. 0808 312 8618. 0808 312 8618. Don't forget, if you have a former WhatsApp number, don't worry. Come on. Be cheer up. Come on. Because they all count. When you put them in, you call us on that WhatsApp number. You send a message on that WhatsApp page, or we'll be giving voices. So don't worry. Whether it's the old number or the new one, we've got you covered, like I always say, from A to Z. Okay, fine boy, still with me? Fine boy, oh, come on. Before we go straight, there's a lot of chaos happening at the Olympic Games. A lot of madness, if I would use that word. Should we rush down to the foreign scene?
Absolutely, we should.
Okay, the foreign scene we go. And where else we begin off? Well, come on, man, from that madness going on at the Olympic Games. You know, football games at the Olympic have begun in Group A, Group B, Group C, and of course in Group D. We hear that Egypt, as we speak, are playing a goalless draw with Dominican Republic. Uzbekistan is lost to Spain by 1-2. That's in Group C. In Group D, the games are yet to come, so 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. But in Group B, Argentina played a 2-2 draw. Morocco will come back to that very soon. Iraq and Ukraine will play by 6 p.m. Guinea are losing 1-2 to New Zealand. That's what we hear. And France vs. USA will take on 8 p.m. in Group A. But the big one has to be that one happening between Argentina and Morocco. We hear that game was 2-1 for Morocco. 16 minutes of added time was given. A header by Christian Medina late in that stoppage time. Hit the crossbar twice. Came off the crossbar. The goal was given. It sparked angry reaction across the wave. We hear there was a lot of bottle throwing and flare throwing onto the pitch of play, and also invasion of the pitch. The referee was forced to suspend the game. But we're hearing right now, a fine boy, that it's 2-2 ended, but we've not had the last of this.
Sofian Rahimi scored twice in a 5-minute earlier spell in the first half, but then it was a substitute of Javier Mascherano, talking about Giuliano Simeone, who halved the scoreline to make it 2-1. That means to say the giant of Africa, the #1 team in Africa,
the numero uno
of African football, Morocco, actually we are stunning the world #1 Argentina, and voila. Something in me is saying FIFA is not happy. Something in me is saying the IOC of the Olympics, they are not happy.
Wow.
How dare Morocco stunned their champions. But then good substitution from Javier Mascherano to bring in Sofian Simeone, who actually has put one back for Argentina. But guys, 15 minutes. 16 minutes into stoppage time, and now we saw a late equalizer by Medina. What happened? There was no hanky-panky in that game. There was no injury. There was no unnecessary substitution that would warrant a 16 minutes extra time. But for some reason, they wanted Argentina to win that game, and we saw how the goals came in. And the fans that were at the stadium live said, no, we will not take this. And we saw bottles have been thrown into the pitch, and it led to chaos. And then the match was suspended. But later, we are hearing that it is full time. We are hearing that the match is finished. Even when the ref did not sound his final whistle. I love it when football is full of drama for the positive reason. I love it when we have a big competition as these, igniting this kind of passion. But I do not like it when it is negative, especially when Argentina is involved. Can they win matches? Can they win trophies without controversies, Mr. J?
I think this one, I wouldn't say I like it because what are they crying for? What are they looking for? This is not the Argentina men's senior team.
It doesn't matter.
Lionel Messi, hold on. Lionel Messi is not playing he's not in this squad. He's not in
the competition.
Is Sofian Amrabat of Morocco in their squad?
Oh, hold on. Okay, why? See, we just have to find now until we found what really led to 16 minutes of added time for equalizer to come at 90 plus 16 minutes. It's still questionable. I don't know what whoever is behind it is doing, but maybe until we get to know the reason why.
Mr. Paul, chaos in the first day of the Olympics. What's going on, man?
Drama everywhere. Like, I won't say I saw this coming when I saw from the opening, the fans booing the Argentina national anthem. I was like, well, I expected something in this,
Yeah, even despite the booing, the game was not stopped at any time.
It shouldn't.
So it's
fans are allowed to
something
boo.
that is not.
Allow the fans to boo.
Fans are allowed to boo their opponents now. So I don't know. But then I really praise our own Moroccan team for standing tall.
Okay, guys, I would like to give you up to speed whatever we get from that one. But quickly, let's run and then let's begin. Just talking about the Olympics a bit, we hear that France will host the 2030 Winter Olympics and Paralympics. France have been chosen by the IOC to show that they will take part in that, which has been approved on Wednesday. So France will take up all the Olympics coming after the Olympic Games. But enough of that. We start off, of course, still talking football. We head out to Manchester United. One man. Let's go to Man United first of all. A certain Malasia, who was bought for a huge amount of money by Eric Ten Hag, we hear he has been left out of the squad for the 3-match tour at the United States as he continues to battle back injury. This guy was in training, but now they say it's back injury. He was signed for 15 million from Feyenoord, featured in just few competitive games last season due to injury. But we hear that the likes of Jordan Sancho, Lenny Yoro, Kobe Mino, Luke Shaw will miss out because of the Euros. We know that already, but there's Sancho, there's Lenny Yoro. Is there an undertone story around Malasia not going, or do you still agree that it's a back injury? Fine boy.
Actually, we were told that he had to continue recovering from the knee injury that he was having, and now a back injury has developed. You see, Tiro Malaysia, as much as he's a talent, guys, but recall that all through last season he was missing in action, and it cost United a lot with Luke Shaw playing just 12 matches in the entire 49 games of Manchester United. And now United is in the hunt for a new left back, for a player as promising as Tiro Malaysia to have not future for the team. And in the preseason, when we thought that he have had enough rest and the United physio have taken time to look at him, it really spells something that they are not telling us. If this guy has retired from Manchester United and they are using injury to tell us he's still injured, let us know.
No.
For United to get a new left back now, they should not repeat what happened with a certain Cristiano Ronaldo when it was 4 matches into the new season and the transfer market ended. That was when he had to drop that bombshell, and then he was allowed. His contract was terminated, and United did not have a recognized number 9 except for Martial ending into that going into that season until the January transfer window. As for me, Tiro Malaysia, he has not really had good time with injury at Man United. It is high time he uses the exit door.
Okay, still talking Man United, guys. One man yesterday, Pep Guardiola told us that he said Kevin De Bruyne was not leaving the club, but he said he's not sure of Ederson whether he will remain at the club. In his words, I don't know the situation. There has been no contact in the last days. It's a question of training, being with us until the transfer window finishes. We will see. This is a man who is not confident of keeping Ederson.
I can quite understand with Pep Guardiola in this case.
Okay, 30 million pounds for a 30-year-old.
If you look at the influence of Kevin De Bruyne in Manchester City team, you wouldn't want to just let him go yet.
Okay.
But then, if towards the end of last season, we discovered that it was Ortega in all the competitions that Man City were playing,
including the FA Cup finals, and the guy has really held it well. Even the runnings into the into winning the title, he has done really well, and that tells that if there is any man we can do without amongst these two, I think we have a standby replacement for the goalie.
Ortega. Paul, do you agree with Pep Guardiola? Is Kevin De Bruyne more important to Man City than is setting Ederson?
Yes.
Absolutely. I think Kevin De Bruyne is more important to the Manchester City team. Ederson, though Pep have said I don't know if Ederson will stay. He's just being the normal Pep thing. But all things we have seen from last season, almost like Mr. J said, the most important games we've seen Ortega been there, and even in the game against the game he had injury, he was furious. He was angry to leave the pitch because he knew that matches like these are the kind of matches that put you in the history of the club. So going out of that kind of match and Ortega making those saves and all that, so I feel like you have seen it it's like maybe Ortega is their man, so let me look for but he might be leaving. I'm sure he will leave.
Well, for me, a certain Ederson, I've seen it all. He has done it all. He has won every single title for Manchester United. For Man City, I beg your pardon, as number one. He has won the EPL. He has won the FA Cup, the Carling Cup, the FIFA World Club Cup. He has won the Champions League. He has won the Community Shield. He has won.
No, he hasn't won.
Community Shield, he has won the Community Shield. He has also won at the pre-season tournament. If there's any,
did he win any red cup? He don't.
So for Ederson to being courted by clubs in Saudi Arabia, and Pep Guardiola saying, I do not know if this man will stay. I believe he's only sending us a message. But for Kevin De Bruyne, that man will assure you goals. He will assure you assists. He will assure you defense splitting passes. He will assure you penalties conversion. He will assure you winning set pieces. He will assure you a whole lot. Just like that, the president is assuring us that things will be better in this country. So the way Kevin De Bruyne can also assure you a whole lot. So for Pep Guardiola to hold on to this guy, look at when Kevin De Bruyne came back after a long season injury layoff. Manchester
the quality was clear.
Absolutely.
It was clear.
They started playing this Jogo Bonito, this tiki-taka, brand new Pep Guardiola kind of philosophical footballer, where the technicality had to improve because a certain Kevin De Bruyne is on the pitch. For me, he needs to stay.
Anyway, we hear a certain Aston Villa winger Musa Diaby is poised to complete an Etihad move for £50 million. This is just less than a year since he joined from Bayer Leverkusen for 51.9 million pounds. So wait and see. Diaby joined for £51.9 million, and now he could be moving to Etihad for about £50.4 million just a year after. I don't know what the deal is all about, but it's something that Aston Villa are looking out for. Also, we hear that Douglas Luiz was also sold to Juventus for £2.4 million. This is a team playing the Champions League. They should be keeping their players, but it looks like they're letting go of players.
And they are bringing in players.
We'll talk about that more often. Also, we hear that Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca does not think that there will be any problem at all when midfielder Enzo Fernandez joins the squad on Monday for their US preseason tour amid ongoing disciplinary proceedings into his alleged reason. We hear that so many players unfollowed him on social media after that chant against the French national team. But guys, you can be part of the show. The numbers to call is simple: 0808-312-8618. 0808-312-8618. Let's talk transfers. Let's talk Man City. Ederson, Kevin De Bruyne. Would they miss the services of those players? Okay, let's take this phone call. Hello, what's the name? Where are you calling from? Hello. Good evening. What's the name? Where are you calling from?
Patricia, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Hello?
I can hear you. Good evening to you. Can you hear me? Hello? Oh, wow. You do have to call us back. Fine, but let's talk about Enzo quickly before we expect the calls back. Enzo?
Well, it is for the coach to say there won't be any problem.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello, what's the name? Where are you calling from?
No, so how are you?
I'm fine, my brother.
Thank you. How about Fine Boy and
the crew? They're all jumping in the studio. Absolutely.
May God bless you all.
Amen.
Yeah, it's Mohammed Abdullahi from Jariki inside Old Trafford.
Mohammed, talk to me.
Yeah, I think this Chelsea coach, I think maybe he's saying that so that we can just calm the players and the fans. But my brother, not be small issue, my brother. Yeah, it's better just to settle everything before the league starts. Yeah, if not, my brother, that their dressing room. And if you look at the Chelsea player, most of the black men, they are so angry about that. Even with the black men in Nigeria, we are not happy for what that guy did. So I think for me, it's better, to try to solve everything. This issue that is saying nothing is going to happen, my brother, you don't know yet, but it's better, to settle everything. My brother, I cannot support what that Enzo did at all, my brother. God bless you all for the wonderful job.
Thank you
for keeping it short.
Okay, guys, keep it coming. Want to hear your take? Since this Enzo issue is a big issue, the coach said no problem. You were saying something, fine boy.
Absolutely, it is for the coach to say that.
Fine boy, hold your thought. The phone lines is buzzing. Let's touch the phone lines. Hello, what's the where you calling from?
Hello, good evening,
Good evening to you.
Uncle Simon, good evening.
Absolutely, good evening, my brother.
Mr. J, MJ, Mr. J.
MJ, anyone?
Mr. J, you have called him. Thank you.
Go ahead.
60 seconds, please.
Mr. Paul, yeah. So go ahead,
Mr.
60
Paul,
seconds.
Mr. Sport Bishop, is he coming to finish so you know where?
Okay.
Even 200 million pounds cannot sign him now.
Okay.
Now you talk that one. No.
We want to give Gadola a Sanford party that no other club has given to their coach, even to the time of Alex Ferguson. It hasn't been done. We want to win the treble back again. This season, we are going for another treble. So, the Bruni is not living. He's the one that wins this just ended Premier League. Yes. This guy played barely 20 match, and he has over 26 assists from Man City. Can you imagine?
Thank you very much.
So we are not selling him. It's not for sale. The Bruni is not for sale for this season. Okay. But next season, he can find his way. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that one. Unfortunately, we can't take any more calls, guys. This is why we opened the phone line much earlier so that you guys can have your say. Quickly, before we go, find out what's stuff from Mr. Paul.
It's nice being back talking sporting.
Thank you very much. And you?
Yeah, as usual.
And the fine boy.
I hope for the Super Falcons to do well against Brazil tomorrow.
Okay, guys, from the finance boy talking sport, Mr. J, and of course, not forgetting, of course, come on, Mr. Paul making a return. And I, your sport bishop, we will say we're done
and we're gone.
God bless.
No stress.
Up next is the news around Abuja. Stick it to more to come. Don't go, no be here.